Welcome back to RF Coins. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and overlooked coins in American history, the 1971 Liberty Quarter Dollar. This coin might look ordinary at first glance, but don't be fooled, some rare examples are worth a lot of money in today's collector market. So stay with me till the end, because we're going to explore everything, from the history, design, errors, and current market value, all the way to how you can identify if your 1971 quarter could make you hundreds or even thousands of dollars richer. The Liberty 1971 quarter dollar is part of the Washington Quarter series, one of the most iconic and longest-running coin series in U.S. history. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, and ever since then, it has been a cornerstone of American coinage. The 1971 edition, in particular, marks the early years of the copper-nickel-clad composition, which replaced the 90% silver quarters in 1965. This means that your 1971 quarter is made of an inner core of pure copper and an outer layer of copper-nickel alloy, giving it that distinct silvery appearance. Now, here's where things get interesting. The 1971 Liberty Quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint coins bear no mint mark, the Denver mint coins carry the D mark, and the San Francisco mint produced the S-proof coins, which were made specifically for collectors. The mintage numbers were huge, hundreds of millions were made, but not all of them were struck perfectly. Some quarters came out with rare minting errors, and those are the coins that can fetch astonishing prices in today's market. Before we talk about those valuable errors, let's take a moment to appreciate the design. On the obverse side, we see the powerful bust of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, with the word Liberty above his head and the date 1971 below. The motto "In God We Trust" sits to the left of his portrait. On the reverse, the design features a majestic bald eagle with spread wings, perched upon a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath, a symbol of both strength and peace. Even after more than 50 years, this classic design remains one of the most beloved in American coin history. Now let's get to the heart of the video. How much is your 1971 quarter worth today? In circulated condition, most 1971 quarters are worth just face value, which is 25 cents, because millions of them were made for general circulation. However, uncirculated and high-grade coins can command impressive premiums. A 1971 D Washington quarter graded MS-67 by PCGS has sold for over $1,200, and that's not even the rarest one. The 1971 Philadelphia quarter in a superb uncirculated condition, with perfect luster and no contact marks, can reach values above $1,500 or more, depending on market demand and grading. But here's the real treasure hunt: error coins. Some 1971 quarters were struck on the wrong planchets. For example, some were accidentally minted on nickel planchets or even silver planchets left over from 1964. If you find a 1971 quarter that seems lighter, thinner, or has a slightly different color or ring when dropped, you might have one of these rare transitional errors. These kinds of coins can sell anywhere from $500 to over $5,000, depending on condition and verification by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Other valuable errors include off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, and broad strikes. For example, a 1971 quarter with a double die obverse, where the lettering or date shows noticeable doubling, can be worth hundreds of dollars. A dramatic off-center strike, where part of the design is missing, could fetch $200 to $800. And the rarest among them, the 1971 S-proof silver strike error, is known to have sold for over $3,000 at auction. So, how can you tell if your 1971 quarter is valuable? Start by checking these key points. First, look for the mint mark, a small D or S near Washington's ponytail. If it has no mint mark, it's from Philadelphia. Second, examine the coin's surface under good lighting. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling, minting mistakes, or unusual color. Third, weigh your coin. A normal clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, while a silver planchet error would weigh around 6.25 grams. A small difference in weight can mean a big difference in value. And finally, if your coin looks uncirculated or shows unique features, it's worth having it graded and authenticated, because condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. Let's talk about the current market trends. In 2025, the collector market for Washington quarters has been growing stronger than ever. Coin collectors and investors are paying premium prices for high-grade coins with exceptional eye appeal. The demand for rare 1971 Liberty quarters has especially increased on auction sites like Heritage Auctions and eBay, where high-grade examples and verified errors have sold for up to $898.959. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $900,000 for an extraordinary mint error specimen. That's why it's so important to check every coin carefully, because even a small difference can turn a regular 25-cent piece into a once-in-a-lifetime find. Another factor driving value is the historical significance of the 1971 quarter. It was minted during a key period in American numismatic history, when the nation had fully transitioned away from silver coins. That makes this coin a symbol of change in U.S. monetary history, bridging the gap between old silver currency and modern clad coinage. Collectors love coins that tell a story, and the 1971 quarter has a rich one, from design heritage and minting evolution to modern collector demand. So, what should you do if you find a 1971 Liberty quarter in your pocket or coin jar? Don't spend it. Put it aside, examine it, and do some research. Check the mint mark, weigh it, and inspect for errors. If it seems unique or uncirculated, submit it for grading. A small investment in grading could unlock a huge return. Some collectors have found coins that looked ordinary but turned out to be rare errors worth thousands. Coin collecting is all about patience, curiosity, and knowledge. Every coin tells a story, and sometimes that story can change your life. The Liberty 1971 quarter dollar is proof that treasures are still hiding in plain sight, maybe even in your change right now. So the next time you get quarters back from a store, take a closer look. Who knows? You might just be holding a piece of American history worth a fortune. Thank you for watching RF Coins, where we uncover the hidden value in everyday coins and bring you the most up-to-date market insights. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to RF Coins for more amazing coin stories, value guides, and collector secrets. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. This is RF Coins, reminding you, every coin has a story, and sometimes that story is worth a lot of money. Keep searching, keep learning, and keep collecting. Until next time, happy coin hunting, and good luck finding your 1971 Liberty quarter treasure. Sparkles. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1974 Liberty quarter dollar. This coin might look ordinary, but some of these quarters are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars today. If you've ever wondered whether that old 1974 quarter in your drawer could make you rich, you're about to find out everything you need to know, from its history, minting details, varieties, errors, and its current market value, all right here on RF Coins. Let's begin the journey back to 1974, a time when America was in a period of change. Gas prices were climbing, the economy was shifting, and coin collecting was growing rapidly across the country. The United States Mint was producing millions of coins, and among them was the 1974 Washington quarter, featuring the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This design had been used since 1932, created to celebrate the 200th birthday of the nation's first president. But in 1974, something special happened. Subtle minting differences, die varieties, and even rare mint errors gave rise to quarters that are now worth a small fortune. The 1974 Liberty quarter dollar was struck in three main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia quarters have no mint mark, the Denver coins carry a small d, and the San Francisco coins, made mainly for collectors, have an S mint mark and were struck in proof quality. Over 801 million were minted in Philadelphia, 353 million in Denver, and around 2.6 million proofs from San Francisco. That's over 1 billion coins, but here's the catch: only a small number of these have survived in pristine condition or with valuable errors that make collectors go crazy today. Now, let's talk about what makes some 1974 quarters so valuable. The key factors that determine a coin's worth are its condition, rarity, and any minting errors it might have. For instance, a typical circulated 1974 quarter that you find in your pocket is still worth its face value of 25 cents. But if you find one in uncirculated condition, meaning it has never been used and still has its original mint luster, its value can jump to $5, $10, or even $50 depending on the grading. A proof coin from San Francisco, with its mirror-like surfaces, can be worth $15 to $20 or more, depending on how well it has been preserved, but here's where things get really exciting. Certain 1974 quarters with minting errors can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auctions. One of the most sought-after errors is the off-center strike, where the design is not properly aligned, leaving parts of the blank coin visible. Depending on how severe the misalignment is, such a coin can fetch $100 to $500 easily. Another major error to watch out for is the double die, a coin where the image or lettering was struck twice slightly off, causing a doubled appearance, especially on the words Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or United States of America. If you ever come across a 1974 double die quarter, don't spend it. It could be worth hundreds of dollars to the right collector. Even more fascinating are the wrong planchet errors. These are coins that were accidentally struck on a metal blank intended for another denomination. For example, a 1974 quarter struck on a dime planchet or on a foreign coin blank could be extremely rare and valuable. Such coins have been known to sell for $2,000, $5,000, or even more, depending on their condition and rarity. Now let's discuss grading, which plays a major role in a coin's value. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC use a 70-point scale to determine a coin's condition. A MS60 is the lowest level of uncirculated, while a MS70 is a perfect coin with no visible marks even under magnification. A 1974 D quarter graded MS67 or higher can bring in big money at auctions. For instance, one recently sold for nearly $1,000, and some pristine examples have been listed for close to $900 to $950 in today's market. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $1,000 for a 25-cent coin. So what gives these coins such high value? It's a combination of rarity, eye appeal, and collector demand. The 1974 quarters are part of the era before the U.S. Mint transitioned to the bicentennial design in 1976, which makes them a key date for collectors completing Washington quarter sets. Many people overlook these coins because they look so common, but the real treasure lies in finding one in superb gem condition, free from scratches and bag marks, with a strong, sharp strike. Now, let's talk about metal composition, because that also plays a role in their appeal. The 1974 quarters were made of copper nickel clad, with a pure copper core and layers of nickel on the outside. The total weight is 5.67 grams, and the coin has a reeded edge. Although they don't contain silver like pre-1965 quarters, they're still highly collectible, especially in perfect mint state condition or with errors. Some collectors even seek out toned examples, where natural oxidation has given the coin rainbow or gold hues. Those can sell for premium prices simply because they look so unique and beautiful. And here's a tip from RF Coins: always check your old change, coin rolls, and even inherited collections. Many people don't realize that 1974 quarters from bank rolls or old jars can still be hiding uncirculated or rare pieces. Look closely under good lighting or use a magnifying glass to check for doubling, mint marks, or any strange features that stand out. Sometimes, a small detail can make a massive difference in value. Now, what about the current market value of the 1974 Liberty quarter dollar? Well, prices fluctuate based on demand and auction trends, but as of now, standard circulated 1974 quarters are worth between 25 cents and $1. Uncirculated examples can range from $5 to $50, and high-grade certified coins in MS67 condition have sold for up to $898 to $958, depending on the auction house and grading service. Proof coins and rare errors can climb even higher, easily surpassing the $1,000 mark in the right market. collectors love these coins because they bridge the classic silver era of quarters and the modern clad era. The design still carries the bold image of liberty, the iconic portrait of George Washington, and the proud American eagle on the reverse side, symbolizing strength, freedom, and history. Holding a 1974 quarter is like holding a piece of American heritage, a small but powerful reminder of our nation's past. So, if you're a coin enthusiast, a treasure hunter, or someone who just loves the thrill of finding value in everyday change, the 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar is one you definitely want to look out for. It's a coin that proves even the most common-looking pieces can turn into hidden gems worth hundreds of dollars. Before you spend your next quarter, take a moment to look at it carefully. Check the date, mint mark, and condition. You might just have one of those rare pieces worth $898, $958, or even more sitting right in your pocket right now, and remember, every coin tells a story. The 1974 Liberty Quarter tells one of American history, craftsmanship, and the endless surprises hidden in our currency. That's what makes collecting so exciting. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to RF Coins, where we uncover the mysteries of US coins, from pennies to dollars, helping you discover which ones could be worth a fortune today. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video, because the next coin we talk about might be sitting in your pocket right now. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep believing, because that next coin you find could change your life. This is RF Coins, signing off, where every coin has a story, and every story is worth more than gold. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating story of one of America's most underappreciated yet surprisingly valuable coins, the 1977 Liberty Quarter Dollar. Yes, that ordinary-looking coin with George Washington's face that you might have in your wallet, coin jar, or old drawer could actually be worth a fortune in today's market. Stick around till the end, because what you're about to hear might change how you look at your change forever. Let's start with a bit of history. The 1977 Washington Quarter was minted at the Denver Mint, as shown by the small D mint mark right below the motto, "In God We Trust," on the obverse side of the coin. It belongs to the classic Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The obverse was designed by sculptor John Flanagan and features the famous profile of the first U.S. president. The reverse displays the majestic bald eagle with its wings spread, clutching a bundle of arrows and olive branches, a timeless symbol of American strength and peace. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1977 quarter so interesting. At first glance, it seems like an ordinary coin made of a copper-nickel clad composition, 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, weighing 5.67 grams. Over 256 million of these coins were struck in Denver that year, which makes it sound common. But here's where the story gets fascinating. Among those millions, there are some rare varieties, mint errors, and pristine condition examples that can fetch extraordinary amounts of money from collectors and coin dealers today. Many collectors often overlook the 1977 quarter because it doesn't contain silver. However, rarity and demand in the coin market are not only determined by metal content, they are also influenced by condition, errors, and collector interest. For example, a regular 1977 quarter found in pocket change might only be worth its face value of 25 cents. But a coin in uncirculated mint state condition, MS65 or higher, can be worth $10 to $50, depending on its luster and strike quality, but that's just the beginning. Coins graded MS66 or MS67 have been known to sell for hundreds of dollars, and the finest known examples can reach jaw-dropping prices. In fact, a high-grade 1977 Washington Quarter sold for nearly $900 in a public auction. Yes, almost $900 for a coin you might have thought was just spare change. And that's not even considering the rare error coins that can bring in thousands. Let's explore those rare errors, because this is where the magic truly happens. Some 1977 quarters were struck with off-center errors, double dies, or weak strikes. These errors occur when the coin is misaligned during the minting process or when the die shifts slightly, creating a doubled image on the lettering or design. A double die obverse showing doubled letters in Liberty or In God We Trust can easily fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on how dramatic the doubling is. Another valuable variety is the clipped planchet error, where a small curved section of the coin is missing due to an improperly cut metal blank. These can sell for anywhere from $50 to $300, depending on condition. There are also broad strike errors, where the coin expands beyond its normal rim because the retaining collar failed during striking. Those too can bring premium prices. If you have a 1977 D quarter that looks different, maybe it has a thicker rim, unusual texture, a missing mint mark, or any visible doubling, don't spend it. You might be holding something incredibly special. Get it examined by a professional grading company like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. A certified coin in a high grade can skyrocket in value once authenticated. Now, let's talk about the current market value. As of today, the collector market for Washington quarters is extremely active. Vintage-clad quarters from the 1970s, especially those in pristine condition, are gaining popularity because silver coins have become too expensive for new collectors to start with. This has pushed prices for high-grade clad coins higher than ever before. The 1977 D Liberty quarter in mint state condition can be worth up to $898.95, depending on its certification and strike quality. Yes, nearly $900 for a coin minted in the late 1970s, even coins graded slightly below that, in MS65 or MS66, are highly sought after because so few have survived with perfect surfaces. Remember, these coins were never made for collectors, they were meant for circulation. So, finding one in superb condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. That's why collectors and investors are willing to pay premium prices. Another interesting fact about the 1977 D quarter is its place in U.S. history. The 1970s were a time of significant change. America was transitioning through social and economic challenges, and the coinage from that period reflects the resilience and identity of the nation. The Washington quarter, with its bold Liberty inscription and proud eagle reverse, stands as a tribute to American endurance and unity. Now imagine this: somewhere out there, sitting quietly in a change jar, there could be a flawless 1977 D quarter waiting to be discovered. One coin that escaped scratches, dings, and where for almost 50 years could easily be worth hundreds or even close to $1,000 today. That's why coin enthusiasts across the country are checking their quarters more carefully than ever. So, how can you tell if your 1977 D quarter might be valuable? Here are a few quick tips. Look for luster. A shiny, uncirculated surface with no scratches or dullness means your coin has high-grade potential. Check for errors. Examine the lettering and details closely under a magnifying glass. Doubling, missing letters, or off-center designs can drastically raise the value. Inspect the mint mark. Make sure that D mint mark is clear. Weak or missing mint marks can be special varieties. Avoid cleaning. Never clean a coin. It destroys its collector value instantly. Always keep it in its natural condition. Get it graded. If you believe your coin might be rare, have it graded by PCGS or NGC for accurate authentication. Collectors love the 1977 D quarter because it bridges the gap between old and modern American coinage. It's not silver, but it's old enough to carry nostalgia and new enough to still be found in circulation. That perfect combination makes it one of the most exciting finds in modern U.S. coin collecting. So the next time you get change from a store, don't rush to spend those quarters. Check each one carefully, especially if it's from 1977 and bears the Denver D mint mark. That simple coin could turn out to be a hidden gem worth hundreds, even close to $900, depending on condition and rarity. ATRF coins, we encourage every viewer to look closer at the coins they already have. Each coin tells a story of craftsmanship, history, and the nation's evolving legacy. The 1977 D Liberty quarter is a shining example of how something ordinary can become extraordinary with just a bit of knowledge and luck. So, go ahead, grab that coin jar, look through your change, and who knows? You might be sitting on a piece of American history worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1977 Liberty Quarter and its surprising current market value, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to RF Coins for more amazing coin stories, hidden treasures, and real collector updates from across the United States. We'll keep bringing you the best information on rare coins, market trends, and valuable finds you can discover right at home. Could be sitting right inside your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and often overlooked coins in U.S. history, the 1977 Liberty Quarter Dollar. This seemingly ordinary coin might just be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its condition, mint mark, and hidden details. So stay tuned till the very end, because you're about to learn everything, from its history and design to its current market value, rare errors, and collector demand in 2025. Let's begin with a bit of history. The 1977 Washington Quarter, also known as the Liberty Quarter, carries with it decades of American heritage. This coin features the famous portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan in 1932, to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. On the obverse side, you'll see the word Liberty proudly above Washington's head, with the phrase "In God We Trust" on the left, and the date 1977 below. The reverse side showcases the bold and majestic American eagle, wings spread wide, perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches below, symbolizing both strength and peace. The 1977 quarter was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark, for proof coins. Most were made from a copper-nickel clad composition, weighing 5.67 grams, with a reeded edge. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite being made in the millions, certain 1977 quarters have shocked collectors with auction prices soaring into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So, what makes some 1977 quarters so valuable? It's all about condition, rarity, and error types. Ordinary circulation coins might only be worth face value, 25 cents, but in mint condition, especially those graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, they can sell for hundreds of dollars. A pristine 1977 D quarter, for instance, sold for over $1,200 at auction because of its outstanding luster and strike quality. The San Francisco proof coins, especially the deep cameo, DCAM, varieties, are also highly sought after and can be valued between $50 and $200 depending on quality. But now, let's talk about the rare errors, the ones that make collectors go wild. Some 1977 quarters were struck on nickel planchets, dime planchets, or even silver planchets, creating unique errors that can easily push the value into the thousands of dollars. There are also off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and double die errors where the letters or numbers appear slightly doubled under magnification. One example of a 1977 quarter struck on a silver planchet was valued at over $5,000 due to its rarity and metallic composition mistake. These are the coins that transform an everyday pocket change find into a life-changing discovery. Now, let's turn to the current market in 2025. The demand for vintage U.S. coins has been growing stronger than ever. Collectors, investors, and even new hobbyists are flocking to online auctions, coin shows, and marketplaces to find these older pieces of American history. The 1977 Liberty Quarter has seen a notable surge in attention because many of these coins are disappearing from circulation and entering private collections. While common 1977 quarters in circulated condition trade for about 25 cents to $1, uncirculated examples with strong luster and minimal contact marks are now fetching $10 to $50. And those near-perfect mint state examples, particularly MS67 and MS68, can reach prices between $500 and $1,500. Rare error coins, especially those verified by third-party grading services, can exceed $5,000 or more, depending on the type and visibility of the error. Even though millions were minted, the true gems among them are few. Remember, not all 1977 quarters are created equal. Coins stored safely since the 1970s, untouched by circulation, tend to command the highest premiums. A coin with sharp details, clean surfaces, and strong eye appeal can be worth hundreds more than one with scratches or dull toning. Many collectors also pay close attention to toning patterns, that natural rainbow-like coloration that forms over decades. A beautifully toned 1977 quarter, especially with vibrant blues, golds, and purples, can attract strong competition from collectors and increase the price dramatically. Another tip for you: if you have a 1977 quarter, check carefully for the mint mark and examine it under a magnifying glass. The D mint mark from Denver can sometimes appear slightly doubled or misplaced, which could indicate a valuable error. Also, proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, S, should have a mirror-like background and frosted details. If the contrast is strong and the coin is in perfect condition, it can easily sell for $100 or more. Now let's look at what's happening in the coin market today. As of 2025, collectors report a steady rise in the prices of older Washington quarters, particularly from the 1970s, as fewer high-grade examples are being found. With growing interest in American numismatic history, even common coins like the 1977 quarter are becoming hot commodities. The current market value estimate for top-graded 1977 quarters is hovering around $898 to $956, with exceptional specimens possibly exceeding that in private sales. It's incredible to think that a simple 25-cent coin, minted nearly 50 years ago, can hold this kind of value today. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone checking the change in your pocket, the 1977 Liberty Quarter reminds us all that history hides in plain sight. Every coin tells a story, from its design to its journey through American hands, and the 1977 quarter continues to shine as a lasting symbol of that story. So, if you have any 1977 quarters, take a close look. Check for those rare mint marks, deep luster, clean surfaces, or unique errors. You might just be holding a piece of American history worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And if you ever decide to sell, remember, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC to unlock its true potential and ensure you get top market value. Thank you for watching RF Coins, where we uncover the stories and secrets behind America's most fascinating coins. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1977 Liberty Quarter, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing videos on US coins, their values, and their hidden treasures. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a rare coin update, because your next big discovery could be right in your change jar. Once again, this is RF Coins, bringing history and hidden value to light, one coin at a time. Stay curious, keep collecting, and remember, sometimes the smallest coin can hold the biggest surprise. RF Coins, your gateway to America's rare coin treasures.